Hey class, this is Mrs. Flynn. While I am out of the classroom today, I thought I would make a video to help out with the extra credit assignment that you guys are working on though. The last two problems deal with the equations of circles, and hopefully being able to see how to put these into Desmos can really help you out. I am going to do problems that are very similar to those on the assignment. That way you can try those ones out on your own. So if you are given the equation of a circle, you can just simply put these right into Desmos. So let's say we have x plus 5, and that's in parentheses, so you want to click outside of parentheses and then squared, then plus parentheses, and we'll do y minus 1. Y minus 1 outside of our parentheses squared is equal to, do 16. Alright, as long as you put it in exactly how it looks in your equation, then you should see a circle appear, just like this one here. Now it doesn't point out the center, it doesn't point out the radius, but you can find those if you know how to graph your circle. We know that the center means it's in the exact middle of our circle, and you can tell right now that that's going to be the point where that's the exact middle. Sometimes if your circles are bigger, sometimes it's hard to tell. One thing that you could do is count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clearly you are going 4 that direction. So you can kind of count to see where it is. Remember, when you do your ordered pairs, you want to write it as x comma y. So our x value for this one is a -5. So -5. And our y value, it is up 1. Notice how similar that is to these numbers. Those are kind of clues. However, the signs are a little different, so actually graphing it can help you to see exactly where that center is. The radius is always the distance from the center to the outside. So all the way going across would be the diameter. The radius is just half of that. So for here, our radius is equal to a 4. Looking at the equation, you can also get it from the equation because it's always the square root of this number. So it's the square root of this number. However, by graphing it, it's kind of like a foolproof method. And if you're taking your end of course exam, make sure that you use Desmos because it'll really help you to see what that radius is, where the center is, if you would have a question similar to this. Looking at number 5, we'll go ahead and go. You can pause the video if you want to try to answer number 4 before you finish, but let me go ahead and do an equation similar to number 5 now. Now on your assignment, if we have x squared plus y squared, then minus, and we'll just do minus 8x plus 4y, and then plus 4 equals 0. Notice I just changed some of the numbers, but it's very, very similar to number 5 on your extra credit. And if we wanted to know where the center is or where the radius is for this one, then let's go ahead and take a look. It looks like the center is probably about right here. It looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it is 4 again, and you are 4 out each way. So kind of a coincidence, but I did get a radius of 4 again. And if we do want to know the center, number 5 doesn't actually ask you for the center, but if you wanted to know the center of this, we would be out 4. So 4, comma, and then down 2, so 4, -2. Alright, so again, if you're given the formula, you can use Desmos in order to help answer questions that go along with circles. Also, keep in mind that sometimes if you're ever asked to find a formula, you can use the information that you do know. Think about what these general equations look like. You know, they have where x's are the squared. A lot of times you do see them with the x, minus and then a number in the parentheses, more similar to like they do on number 4. But if you're ever asked to be able to write an equation, then you can still at least put it into Desmos to see if you're correct or just to try some different things. But hopefully this helps have a little bit more of a better understanding of some different concepts with circles before we do take our end of course exams. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know.